Hi and welcome to video number 3 in our quick fix shoulder fix video series, and we're just going to give you a few more movements quickly just to really get our shoulders working really well and our upper back nice and back into a neutral position, unflexed if you like. And we're going to start with a warm-up that I use for everybody. Okay, it's called YTWs. It's all about getting shoulders moving with a little bit of resistance, a little bit more load, so more load than you would get from a resistance band. Okay, I'm going to stand side on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend forward. So I'm just going to simply hinge. I'm not going to drop into this unflexed position. Well, I'm going to push my hips back and bend forward from the hips, so I'm in a nice flat neutral position. I'm just going to hang my hands down, as you can see, and what that's going to do, that's actually going to drop my shoulders forward slightly. So what I need to do is pull my shoulders up so that they're in alignment, and then we're going to do the Y portion, which is just straight arm forward and down. Okay, every time I do it, I'm going to make sure my shoulders are in position, put them back, and I'm just going to do between 5 and 10 repetitions of that. I'm going to turn front on so you can see exactly what I mean. Tip from the hips. You'll see my shoulders are forward. I'm going to pull them back and do the Y part of the movement. You can also, should you want, grab hold of some light resistance. In this case I've got 1 kilo or 2 and a bit pounds plates, weight plates. Tip forward. There you go, see? Tip forward. You don't want to go too heavy with this. Okay? So that's the Y bit. Turn to the side again. Tease. Tip forward. I'm sure you're going to guess what's going to happen here. We go back, straight out. Straight out. Making sure I've got it there. Again from the front. Tip forward. Shoulders back, straight out to the side. You can do that with some weight. Tip forward, shoulders back, straight out. It's not necessary to use weight, okay? And if you do, keep it 1, 2, 3 pounds and don't go too heavy. No more than a couple of kilos there, okay? W's I'll show you from the front because they're a little bit more technically tricky. Forward, back. Now, what we're going to do is going to lead with the elbow. Pop, up to the side, you see? You've got that nice W. You've got a nice right angle in the elbow. So we're leading, and the shoulder up, it's in a line. Move with the upper back. Shoulders back, W. Shoulders back, W. YTWs, okay? So that's your YTWs done. I would go anywhere between 5 and 10 repetitions on each of them. You don't want to do an awful lot. But if you start with what we showed you on the last video, so you've got your pull aparts with the band, you've got your dislocations with the band, you've got your YTWs, just there you'll find all of a sudden that you'll have much more mobility in that shoulder, much more freedom in the upper back. You'll start to open that chest up, which will be great for you because it enables you to breathe better, get more oxygen in. You get more oxygen in, you start to fuel yourself better and all sorts of stuff. So you can see how all this is connected. The body truly is a magnificent thing, and it will repay you for the care you take of it. And the better care you take of it, the better your living will be, the better your performance will be, and the better you'll feel, which is ultimately what we all want, right? So I'm just going to finish off here, just going to show you one more kind of rehabby type exercise, which I tend to use with people who are struggling a little bit with the shoulders, a lot more so than what we've looked at. What I would do is get a resistance band tied up to an upright and make sure that the elbow is tucked in. You don't want the elbow to rise up. Make sure the shoulder is down, and then just turn, externally rotate with that little bit of resistance. Okay? There. There. So it's all about the rotation of the upper arm, that humerus rotating, building strength in that rotator cuff. Okay? When you've done that one way, you can turn and do the same the other way, keeping the elbow in. You can also do it that way, your elbow up, and turn that humerus. But they're just some ideas for you, just to kind of start getting good movement, good rotation, some external rotation through an already flexed shoulder. Okay, be aware that you can undo all that work with bad posture during the day. So you spend time working on those stretches, working on those mobilizations, but then sit down all day in this flexed position, you're probably going to undo all that work and it's going to be for nothing. So really think about your position, really think about the way you sit, think about the way you walk, okay? I'm a big fan of someone called Robin Sharma, who you may or may not know. He wrote books, Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and he talks about being what he calls BIW, best in world, and it really applies to everything you do when you're talking about improved performance, improved posture, improved health, any of that. You need to think, is this taking me closer to being the best I can possibly be at this? So you're thinking about best breathing, best nutrition, best sleep, best rehab, best warm-up, best protocol for walking up to a golf ball on the driving range and smashing it 300 yards. All that kind of stuff really does come into focus, and it's all related. None of this is separate. You may do it separately, but it's all about relating it together and becoming the best you can possibly be at what you want to do. Okay, so that's it for this short video series. Keep an eye out for all the others. We've got lots to do. We've got stuff on back, we've got stuff on knees, we've got stuff on ankles, we've got stuff on hips, which is a very interesting one. I hope to see you on them. Thanks ever so much for watching the video.